So the general manager ended up saying, I asked her, well, you know, they told me that you were hiring the night shift here and that you really needed people and that you would probably call me for sure. And she said no. They were talking about Jason. He's hiring night shift over there. He needs people for all shifts, but I don't. I've heard 29 people or 23. She said both of those numbers. And when I got over there and asked Jason and his assistant Victor, and they said their night shift was filled. So, And then the district manager told me, too, that it was going to be slow starting out with the number of hours I got. I was going to do, Friday I was going to do the first module, and then Saturday I'd do the next one. And I'd work for like 4 hours, and then 4 hours the next day. And then the next Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday I would work like 7 to 1 or 7 to 12 or 11. It would only be about 20 hours work. And when I actually got to start working, it would be $8 an hour. She'd start me out at $8 an hour, and then I'd get 34 hours a week. So I'd be expected to be there every day at 5:30, and 34 hours that I would have days where I could work right on through lunch till 1:30 from 5:30, which would be an 8-hour shift. So but they were really pushing me off to go over there, and it was obvious to me that yeah, they did have the night shift available at that store, and that manager probably just didn't want to hire me because of the headache. That first woman I talked to was truthful with me, because she was, we really need people for night shift, and she was a manager, so she knew. And she even said, that she was just talking to the manager, and the manager said that she really needed people for nights. And even if she just hired all those people, the other manager would have known that. And she wouldn't have told me that. She wouldn't have said that. She would have said, well, I don't know. It's possible, but, she may or may not. If she knew that, she just hired that many people and had been doing a bunch of interviews, and that's, she would have known that she was doing that. Hire 23 people and do interviews all the time. And nobody's going to tell the other managers that. They talk about that. Those are kind of things that managers talk about together, and who can be there on what days and who can't. So that's what it is, these phone calls where they say hello, like that. I've been through that over and over again. I got tons of video of that at the store when I worked at the gas station. And it appears to me to be contact between Double O Dumbfuck, whoever this person is, that I've never divulged where I was applying for jobs and looking for work. I've never told that person. So how do they know it? There's no way they could know it if they weren't following me. And you can't supervise somebody without their knowledge, because you have to know where they're going and what they're doing. And following somebody around because you're trying to supervise them without their knowledge, I'm guessing the excuse is because I'm not receptive to being supervised, because I have mental disabilities and I'm argumentative and won't communicate. When I would tell somebody like that, no, but it's really in my best interest to be supervised. So they can't tell me personally, so they just follow me around where I go so they can see. And that's what it looks like, these street trash types that hang out to the places where Jake and I go. When they get there, and stand by the door and stuff like that. That's all it is. And all those people are getting paid. That's something that taxpayers pay for. People that do stuff like that for the state. Informants, or they're just assisting on a treatment team. I don't know how the person doing this is is explaining it, but you can bet they're getting paid for it. So it's cheaper to do that to somebody, follow them everywhere, follow their vehicle. Is that really cheaper? You know, really? Because that sounds to me like an extravagance, and it sounds to me like an extreme thing to do. All justified on the argument that I'm supervising this person without her knowledge. It's in her best interest for me not to tell her. Really? How is it in somebody's best interest to mind fuck them that way? When I can tell that I'm being followed, but I don't know who it is. I've gotten text message from one guy saying that something about my big white panties. There's only been 4 men in the last 25 years that have seen my panties. My ex-husband Earl, Perry McBride. No, it's Perry. My ex-husband Earl, Jonathan Fentress, Perry McBride, and my dear sweet Dimitri. Actually, Dimitri hasn't seen my underwear, so I haven't been wearing any because I get these whelps up under my abdomen, and you know, so I don't wear any now. I've got some, and sometimes I'll wear them, but when it's hot and everything because of my obesity, I get these terrible, terrible heat rashes, and there's rubber on them. In my, panties, when you put them on, down in your groin area, it just rubs you raw, and you get the heat rash thing going, and I've got some video that'll show how terrible it is for me. It's just very excruciatingly painful. And I get big red welt and heat rash and stuff, and it's excruciating. So, there are people who follow other people around that do things that aren't nice, and, I don't know what else to say. It's not a nice thing to do to somebody, to follow them around. Even if you say you have a good reason, like you're supervising them. Why would you need to follow me around if I knew that you were supervising me? You wouldn't have to do that. Nobody's ever told me where to go, apply for a job, and said, okay, I want you to go apply for this job today. I'll be there to help you with the paperwork. I'll do the tax forms for you and everything like that. And, that's how you supervise somebody. You have to have direct contact with them, following them to the places where they go, and making a phone call to their employer, or sending somebody to follow them and wait by the door while they're walking in. That is following somebody. That is not supervising somebody. And anybody who makes that kind of assertion is delusional. Really, that is somebody who is as crazy as the days are long. That is stalking behavior. And a police officer told me down at the police station once that stalking requires a sexual motive. Well, people stalk other people. Sexual motives aren't the only ones. People can stalk other people for financial gain because they're running a game on them and making money off of them somehow. Identity thieves and all those folks, don't have any sexual motives. So that was bull, too, and I wanted to know who the cop was, or somebody investigating me that was doing this, and press charges against him for stalking. Well, the cop stood there and told me, that, nope, it's not stalking, there's no sexual motive. Super. Okay? You cannot supervise somebody like this. That's not supervision. Showing up, making a phone call where they're going, eavesdropping on their job interviews, that's not supervising them. And having people talk down to me and misrepresent the truth about me destroys my confidence. I mean, it's a self-esteem assault is what it is. And it's like being treated like a piece of meat. And people are getting paychecks for this.